Okay, so we're looking for a video like this. This one's called Over-Reinforced versus Under-Reinforced Beams section. Let's listen to the beginning of it. This is, he's going to identify the percentages we talk about. 10%, I think he has it 8 to 12%.
In such a manner,
8 to 12% of the value of the PSI concrete is 8 to 1/8 to 1/12 the same percentage. So you know what I say, you get nothing for free. In this case, you're getting it for free. You get to apply a factor of 10 in compression. 8 to 12 is what he states, and compression over top of whatever the tension is. Don't agree with it. Let's watch. Let's listen. Now it does matter about, okay. So it does matter in other capacities, cables, things like that. But cables actually have strands, and they behave differently. The outer strands compared to the inner strand behave differently in the failure also. It would be like the neutral axis. That cable is down the center of the strands. The neutral axis here would be the red and the blue. So I'll get you ahead of time. What he's not going to address is that the neutral axis moves. If you get a crack at the bottom of your pad, let's say right there, and the crack goes up that much, the neutral axis is now changed. It's gone up higher into this failure zone, and the higher you go up, the smaller the neutral axis and the tension area becomes, if you will. The smaller the blue over the red, vice versa.
the fibers in upper region undergoes compression while the fibers in the lower region undergo tension. And एक imaginary line जो separate करता है इन दोनों sections को is called the neutral axis, because along the
So this is where I'm talking about, where if you get a fracture now, your neutral axis, if you get a fracture and the fracture goes up to say that height, well, your neutral axis changes. So it doesn't stay here. It's not so these cracks are critical when people just measure them with a gauge. You'll see, I have a couple of them. You measure the crack width. The depth is what matters. Depth is so critical because depth changes your neutral axis, which changes your ultimate failure position.
this plane, the fibers of concrete are neither under tension या फिर compression. And as we know, concrete.
So at one point when you put loading on there, it's neither compression or tension, but you can push it put so much stress on it that it will become, the neutral axis will go beyond what you originally called the neutral axis. It will go beyond that elevation in this concrete profile as more and more loads are stressed in it. As the crack develops, it can go above it, closer to the top, if you will.
Has good compressive strength, but वो बहुत weak होता है in tension and flexure. For example, if the compressive strength of concrete is 25 MPa, तो उसका flexure strength will be 0.7 root FCK, that is 3.5 MPa, and उसका tensile strength will be.
See, so there it is, a little screen right there, 1/8 to 1/12 is what he's stating right here, and it's about right. But it's stating that the statement is, okay, get out of the way. Get out of the way, get out of the way message. All right. So the statement is defective in that the 1/8 to 1/12 means you're getting it for free. It means you're able to apply 12 times a factor of compression over tension. So, right? Is that what you're telling me? So if that's what you're telling me, you actually telling me the tension is actually, it may look low, but in reality it's 12 to 1. It's 12 to 1, so you're actually saying that the concrete is stronger in tension than in compression, if you look at it conversely, because you're saying it fails at 1/12. 1/12. I'm saying that the equilibrium is taking place here. And they're saying it's weaker in tension than it is compression. Well, they go together. And if they go together and it's failing at, say, say it's 1,000 PSI concrete, you're saying it fails at 100 on tension side. Well, conversely, it's 10 times, it's got the strength. The tension has 10 times a factor and ability to resist compression. It's a conversely thing. But we only look at it this way. Well, it takes 1,000 pounds and it fails at only 1/10 in tension. Hey, conversely, it can take 100 pounds of tension and it can do 10 times that in compression. How about look at it the other way, flip it around. Remember I said I'm going to flip concrete tension on its head with this whole topic. Flip it around. What's your tension failure at? 200. You got about 2,000 pounds of compressive force you can take then. What's your tension fail at? 400. Oh, you got about 4,000 pounds of compression forces you can take then. Remember I said I would flip the whole subject around? I flip it on its head. Well, it's simple as flipping on its head like that. This video here can take a deeper dive, but let's see what I can do.
1/8 to 1/12 of the compressive strength, which is about 2.5.
See, but flip it around. Conversely, flip it around, okay? End of this video, just wanted to give you a teaser, and I'm going to support it even more than this with this, but you got to bear with me. It's a lots of data. I got a data stack to get you there. All right, guys, bye.